Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to another video. Now in this video, we're going to go over how to make $250,000 a month in profit by building an OnlyFans management agency. So of course, the first step of building an OnlyFans management agency is the model recruitment. If you've got no models, you've got no income coming in. So models are the lifeblood of your OnlyFans management agency. So we're going to go straight into how you can actually go about model recruitment in a way that benefits you as an agency, because lots of people do this wrong. So if you're currently thinking about recruiting models or you're even recruiting models at this point, make sure you watch this video in length because it's going to go over a lot of the issues that you are inevitably facing. Now, first I want to cover the issue with a bad niche, okay? So struggling to recruit models and also struggling to retain them. They're the issues that you're going to find from a bad niche. So when I started my SEO agency, so it's like a Google ranking agency and social media marketing agency, 4 years ago, I had no end of struggles and I had to deal with as an agency. I went through multiple courses in the process. I went through Imangazi, Kai Backs, nothing worked. I went through all of these social media marketing agency consultants, course owners, and none of the stuff that I was implementing was just working. It was very basic knowledge, just saying, send DMs and you'll get responses. Ultimately, I'll be sending DMs day in, day out. I'll be sending emails day in, day out. I'll be doing outreach all the time. And I'll generate around about 2 to 3 sales calls a month, which wasn't anywhere near the numbers I needed to run my agency full time, because I was still in a 9-to-5 job at this point, and I really wanted to run my agency full time, and I just needed a couple of clients to do that, and I wasn't generating enough sales calls to actually have that, that consistency and that security that I was looking for from running an agency. However, blindly, I just assumed that it was an issue with me in the whole process and just carried on pushing through the mud. In the end of the day, that decision cost me a lot of money. It's a lesson that I had to learn, and it's a lesson that I'm sharing with you guys right here, which is going to save you a lot of time and headache and pain and suffering. So I bore the brunt of bad, saturated, and complicated niches for much longer than I should have. Now, after months of this absolute gruel, I then decided to pivot niche. I decided that maybe it wasn't an issue with me because I was doing what I needed to do. Maybe it's an issue with the niche itself. So I pivoted to email marketing. Email marketing, still very similar results to the SEO agency. And then I pivoted to a short form content agency, so making TikToks for people. Still no luck. Again, sending lots of DMs, getting very little responses. Now, it's only after many failed attempts that I pivoted to an OnlyFans agency. And it was at that moment that I pivoted to an OnlyFans agency that I realized this lesson in full, that there are inherent issues with niches. So through implementing the exact same strategies that I used to get clients for my other agencies, I saw a 10x in results that I had seen in any other niche that I worked with. Had very little results compared to the results that I was getting from running an OnlyFans agency and just doing basic outreach. Now, that was the moment of realization for me that shaped the way I view businesses forever, and it's that the riches are in the untapped, lucrative niches. So this, hopefully, if you're not already in the OnlyFans agency niche and you're considering it, this hopefully is motivation to get in it. So here's a nice little flow chart to demonstrate it. My SEO agency had the same outreach process. I was generating 2 to 3 sales calls a month. Email marketing, around the same. Short form content agency, a little bit more. And then I switched to an OnlyFans management agency, and I was booking more calls than I knew what to do with. So 20x the results with the exact same outreach strategy. So that is the power of switching niche. And that's why if you're not already in an OnlyFans management agency niche and you're trying to do these other niches, or you're trying to do any other business, you need to switch to this, because this is the niche that is lucrative and is making money. Okay. Now, reflecting back on it, here is why I experienced a 20x increase in meetings booked. The first reason is that I was sending messages to a market where an agency was a standard practice in the industry. Okay, So you speak to any OnlyFans model out there, and they will tell you that they're working with an agency if they're doing over like 20K a month. Even if they're doing over 10K a month, they'll tell you that they're working with an agency. Lots of beginner models want to look for agencies to manage them. It's a common practice in this industry that you're a model, you sign with an agency to do X, Y, and Z, and you just create the content. That is a very common practice. And because it's a common practice, you're going to get a lot more people receptive to the messaging, because they're not going to feel like you're just wasting their time and that you're just sending them services that they don't need. And the issues that you experience with an SEO agency and a marketing agency, people don't necessarily see the need for that service. But when you go into the market pitching OnlyFans management services, there is an inherent need for it. So that's why I saw the 20x increase in results. Now, the second reason is I was receiving more positive responses, as it was something the market actually wanted. They actually wanted this whole thing. And I wasn't going in there pitching to deaf ears. People are interested, saying, okay, well, how is your management different from other management agencies? What can you do specifically for me? So they're actually interested in the message that I was sending to them. And the third is that I was pitching a more profitable market that had a lot more excess capital to spare, with a better offer as opposed to other agency niches I had targeted. So I was going into the OnlyFans space and pitching an offer which was very attractive, because it's just a rev share at the end of the day. They're not putting lots of capital up front that they need to invest like with these other ones, the monthly retainers. This, in fact, is just a rev share agreement, which again is a lot more attractive for the model. It's just a lot less risk for them. And as you're taking a rev share, they kind of know that you're incentivized to get them results. And it's the most profitable market going. You don't get 90%, 95%, 100% profit margins in any other business in the world. So let that sit. You're making a product which is images of a model. You can make that completely for free. You're using a platform which is completely free, and you're just uploading content and selling it. You can use social media marketing to actually promote it, again, free. So it's all free, and there's lots of profit, which means lots of people have excess capital to reinvest in their actual business. So people aren't afraid with their money in this niche, which is why it's just so much better than any other agency out there. Now, the next thing is a productized offer versus a deproductized offer. Now, starting my OFM agency was initially hard to get good deals with models, okay? Now, the reason it was hard is because I didn't have a productized offer. I was going into the market with a deproductized offer. So I was getting lots of sales calls, but I wasn't necessarily getting the best quality sales calls. So without a productized offer, you experience these three issues. First issue is you're competing based on the percentage of rev share in the market. This leads to a never-ending cycle of commoditizing your offer until the point you're barely making any money off the models that you manage. So you're competing on rev share. They say, how are you different from other agencies? We're like, well, we actually charge a lower percentage, so work with us. No, you don't want to be competing based on the rev share percentage that you charge. And if you are, you're going to be in a deadly spiral, which means that you're, not making enough profits to hire talented employees because you're not making it much money off the models you manage. So you end up getting stuck in the fulfillment side. So you can't actually scale up the business. You're stuck in fulfillment yourself. And because you're stuck in fulfillment yourself, you're not actually delivering the best quality service possible, as you want to hire people to do certain things and aspects within the agency so you can deliver a better service and you can handle more models. And the third reason is missing out on potential models as they struggle to close them or can't even close them. So lots of models, if you just end up competing based on rev share, it's not a very attractive offer. Yeah, it may be a little bit attractive, but the truth is people aren't necessarily opposed to giving you a higher percentage. And that's not necessarily what they just look for. And if they are looking for just that, then chances are they're a bad model. What you actually want them looking for is the value that you provide, and it's the justification of the percentage of rev share as opposed to the value. So I could charge 2% for management of a model, and I could literally do one thing for them, just give them a content calendar. That's, I'm charging a low percentage, but I'm not delivering that much value. On the other hand, I could charge a very high percentage, 50, 75%. And in return for that, I'm doing social media marketing for them. I'm running their I've got chatters in their account. I'm doing all this excess value, which is actually going to make the offer that much better for them. As in the end of the day, if you're still charging 50%, but you quadruple the earnings of their account, they're not going to notice that 50% and they're going to be earning a lot more money still. So if you're experiencing the above issues, you know that it's because your offer is deproductized. And deproductized an offer involves a few steps. To productize an offer, it involves a few steps. Okay. Now, the first step is making sure that your offer is hyper niched. So instead of just targeting OF models, that's one niche, you target a niche within that, so fitness models. So by having a hyper niched offer, you're being more specific and tailored in the services that you provide them, because you know the specific issues that sub niche face against and have as a challenge. So go after sub niches instead of OnlyFans models in general. Now, to ensuring that you offer value upfront in a packageable format. So you don't want to have to focus on each potential model and give time and energy in helping them. Instead, you want to package your value so you can mass send it to multiple models and provide value on a larger scale. So I was talking with a consulting client a few days ago, actually, and the issue that they were facing was that they were investing lots of time and energy in getting these models. They'd have one model who would register a little bit of interest, maybe then put a ton of time and energy in trying to sign this model. Where you want to make sure that you package the value that you're offering them instead of having to be direct with your time and energy. As your time and energy isn't scalable, but a value package is scalable. And being able to have a value package so you can just mass send it to the market, they get even more value than if you had helped them directly. And as well as that, you can send it to lots and lots of people. Then you're going to see an inherent boost in your model recruitment system. So here's an example of an OnlyFans audit template. So this is the first client attraction asset that we used. Of course, we've generated more client attraction assets after this, and we made them a lot more detailed as well, with particularly making client attraction assets around sub niches that we target. So as you can see here, it's a very simple audit. We go over the foundations of their account, the foundations of their marketing, different platforms. We give them an overall score, and we say, okay, look, you're not implementing X, Y, and Z, and you can start implementing X, Y, and Z. And what they do most of the time is they implement a few of the things on this audit template that we give them, and they implement a few of these things, and they notice that they get a boost in revenue. And because they get a boost in revenue, you think, wow, this is just what this person sent to me in just one document. Imagine if I worked with them and they did this all for me. Imagine the percentage of, imagine the actual earnings boost that I could reciprocate. So again, you want to package your value. You want to make it sure it is valuable and it gets them some, positive results. And that's going to make people a lot more receptive, and it's going to make your offer productized. Now, the third step is to leverage a well-crafted elevator pitch so models can recognize the value of your offer in far fewer steps. So we've got this graph to showcase this here. Let me try and find it one sec. Here it is. Now, essentially, this is a very simple chart to basically just showcase the importance of increasing your value that you offer. So the higher the value, the increased rev share percentage you can charge, around this 50 to 75% rev share. And the way you go about increasing the value is by having more return on investment done for you systems. Lower value, decreased rev share percentage, 10, 20% rev share, and less return on investment done for you systems. So you want to make sure you're incorporating as many return on investment done for you systems. And I'd actually encourage you to look at your agency's operations and have a look at the way you can provide more value, because you're probably not providing as much value as you could have. Maybe you could have more of an active part in the content creation side of things. Maybe you could implement some more subscriber acquisition channels. Maybe you could implement some more strategies when it comes to chatting. These are more return on investment done for you systems that you can implement within your agency. Okay, so we craft an elevator pitch, which effectively is a short little pitch that represents the value that we provide. And we want to make sure that we're not having to send them an essay, because then they're just not going to read through it. No one reads through a massive, boring essay. If you send it to them, say, look, check out this stuff. Yeah, maybe it's long, but it's boring. People aren't going to go through it. So you need a quick, short elevator pitch to actually get them interested and showcase the value that you provide and the value you do through done for you systems. So within the consulting program, we go over how exactly to craft an elevator pitch to reflect the more return on investment done for you systems that you're implementing. So by having a deproductized offer, you will never be able to afford a nice Mercedes, luxury holidays, or your own penthouse. And it's because you'll never generate the results in your model's account to make that sort of money. And let's go back to our previous point. Here, you're just not going to generate the sort of money that you want to. And the fact that you're not generating money also is a bad thing for the model as well. So by having an unproductized offer, you end up going for a lower rev share percentage because you end up commoditizing your offer and you compete based on the rev share percentage that you're charging. And that's a result of the offer is bad, so you have to end up moving that rev share percentage down. As a result of charging a low rev share percentage, you don't have much capital to invest in your talent and grow in your model's accounts. So you end up getting them poor results because either you haven't got that many people working on their account because you don't have that much rev share percentage to put into it. So the way to look at this is the lower rev share percentage that you charge, the more dishonor that you're doing to your models, because you're just, in the end of the day, you're cutting back on the amount of energy that you're putting into the model's account. So the more rev share percentage you charge, the more energy you can put into their accounts, the more you can grow their account. And as a result of poor results, you have short-lived clients. So if you're experiencing client relationships that are dying out very quick, you have them on for a month or a couple of months and they jump ship. That's because you have a lack of capital invest in getting results, which means you're delivering a poor service, which ultimately is why models leave. If you're providing a really good service where you take a model from 0 to 50K a month and you provide that service en masse on repeat, you're not going to be having short-lived clients. They're going to stick with you for the long haul. They're going to be, this guy knows what they're doing. This agency knows what they're doing. Why would I bother changing it? I'm making lots of money. I don't have to do too much work. This agency are taking care of all my problems and they're providing a lot of value to my account. So I'm just going to stay with them. That's the point you want to get to. So that is the issue of having a deproductized offer, is that it creates this inherent flywheel effect and it's a death wheel. Okay. Now, the next thing is the recruitment funnel itself, so the nitty-gritty parts of it. Now, the recruitment funnel is an essential step in generating high-quality leads for your OnlyFans management agency. You need a recruitment funnel. You need to make sure that you're able to get predictable leads, because the fact is, the reason you aren't, let's say you're not full-time in running an OnlyFans management agency just yet, or you're very unstable in your OnlyFans management agency, you have lots of stress around, how much money will you make next month. The reason you're having that is because you don't have a recruitment funnel where you can predictably get high quality leads. If you've got a system in place where at a click of a finger that you can get a high quality model to manage, then you're never going to have any of those issues, because you're just going to know that you can get models as and when you want predictably. And that's going to provide a lot of peace to you. So the recruitment funnel, you need to make sure you're gathering attention, nurturing leads, and then close them. Very simple. Gather attention, nurture leads, close. Now, the recruitment funnel should address all of these above steps here. So the recruitment funnel we use is called outreach. Okay. All funnels work. You need to pick to one, stick with it. We use cold outreach, what we teach within our consultant program as well. We go very in depth in this so we can actually go out and get targeted high quality models as and when we want. So you can leverage platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit. You can leverage social pages, so multiple accounts, social proof and authority building on these social pages. You can use prospecting, so hashtag search, discoverability, and other tools to find these targeted high-quality models. You can do messaging, so we have a 7-step DM script that we give to our students within the program. Go through the DM script, make sure you got your packaged value offer that we go through as well, have an elevator pitch presentation, follow-ups, and tracking implemented. You should get a 5% warm lead rate. So when you send a message, get people interested in the value you're offering. It should be around about 5%. If it's less than that, you're not doing a very good job of it. A DM sent, you can send over 100 plus per day very easily. Nurturing systems, you can use WhatsApp, email, 7-step follow-up sequence, social proof and trust building, and then conversion mechanisms. So book, call to action in the follow-up mechanisms. And then you have a contract ready and signed on that call. So we'll go through here. We'll just have a look at this flowchart, which demonstrates the system in a little bit more of a presentable format. So you have your socials, you have social proof and authority building and multiple social media accounts. Use this to prospect. These strategies here, you send 100 messages per day, you have a 7-step DM script, you offer them value in your packaged value offer, you have an elevator pitch presentation, and you want to track this whole process here. So we have a 5% warm lead rate. If not, we go back, have to refine. Either it's an issue with the DMs not getting attention, even it's an issue with your package value offer, not offering enough value, your elevator pitch, not quite on point. And then once you do get a 5% warm lead rate, you go to the email follow-ups. You make sure you have a WhatsApp follow-ups as well, 10% booked call rate. Again, if you're not doing that, you need to refine your follow-ups, introduce more social proof, more trust. If you do get 10% booked call rate, then you then have a sales call, and the sales call then goes to a closed model, and you want to make sure you're getting around about a 30% close rate on this call, because that's relatively low in the OnlyFans industry. And if you're not getting that, there's an issue with your sales process. You need to hop on and actually figure out why you're not closing them. Maybe you're not presenting the offer well enough on the call, or maybe some other issues. So this is a very simple flowchart that you can use today. Get started, implement it. This is what is going to get you model leads predictably if you have this system perfected. And it may seem like a lot, but within the beauty of this is that once you set up these steps, you can see a lot of this is just initial setting up. Once you've got this set up, this system just runs on autopilot. You can delegate the DMs being sent to a virtual assistant for $3. You can use software to do the follow-ups. And the sales calls, sometimes don't even hop on a sales call. You can just close them in the DMs. So this whole process, the system is built, and once it's built, it requires very little maintenance. And the beauty of our consultant program is we basically just give you the system built, and all you need to do is implement the system. Saves a massive amount of time. You can just start firing out models. Now, the above recruitment funnel is currently, right now we're running this funnel, and there's countless other consulting students within my program who are currently running this funnel, bringing in 30 plus new leads a week. That's for us personally. And we've got other agencies within the consulting program who are doing the exact same. So if it's not performing as expected for you, then it's an issue with the optimization of the funnel, because the funnel works. You just need to optimize it. So we then go into diagnosing issues within the funnel. So many people get into confusion when setting up a funnel and it doesn't work straight away. They think, obviously DMs don't work. That's not true. DMs work. They always will work. You just haven't optimized it to yield the best results yet. So what we do for our consultant program students, we leverage a checklist to ensure that each model recruitment funnel step yields crazy results and spit out high quality models on demand. So just going here, example, you can see an issue is the lack of attention. They're sending less than 100 DMs. The solution, make more accounts, place a virtual assistant to send DMs. Issue, unsure how to market the profile, buy more followers, add more social proof, add more knowledge. Unqualified prospects, more specific targeting, pre-outreach qualification. And again, you can see all these issues here, and we have direct solutions for them. So if you do experience issues within setting this up, which you shouldn't, because we just give you the system to implement, but if you do with a certain optimization for your particular agency, then you just go through this, check it off, and it's all done. So the benefits of the OnlyFans Millions method. So as you can see, this was literally this week. Enzo got a new model signed from cold outreach. So don't say it doesn't work, because it does work, and people are actually actively using this exact system to get models. So you've got no excuse not to implement this and not to implement everything that we've talked about in order to make sure that not only just getting models, but you're getting high quality models as well. And he signed another model. So the first model was signed last week. He joined the program, only been in it for like a week. Then again, signed another model, a very high quality model, who said, yeah, I'm interested. And that's because he's pitching the offer in a certain way. Next at JP. JP has gone on since he joined the program, signed his first model on the 3rd of the 18th, 2023, and is now running 100K a month OnlyFans management agency. So that's how quickly you can scale this operation up once you get these predictable systems in place. So prior to this, he built this recruitment system and is now able to sign a luxury escort from pure outreach, high quality model he signed from outreach, is able to scale up, sign lots more, deliver the service delivery, and everything's just running smoothly. Sean and Sergio, they joined the program as well. They actually, within the space of less than a week, they got off a model, signed another model. They had another model they signed, and they've signed lots more models since then. Another agency joined, implemented the same strategy, another model signed, and then signed another model. Again, outbound prospected, closed 12K a month OnlyFans model. And then Ryan again joined the program, implemented the system, started signing models doing 13K a month. So many of these agencies joined the program, started from scratch, and signed their first high-quality model, leveraging our model recruitment system, and now running 10 to 100K a month OnlyFans management agencies because they're not having to backtrack. They're not having to sign one model. Maybe they struggle with service delivery because they've got no guidance on it. They end up losing that model and they're back at square one. There is no back at square one. Once you've got this system in place, you've always got models. So you're on to the next step, which is service delivery, and you can put your full focus on that. And especially if you're in a consulting program where you have guidance on exactly what to do for service delivery, then there's zero issues running an OnlyFans management agency. So you may be sitting here thinking, okay, what do I do now? So if you're struggling, if you're tired of signing low quality models, having to compete based on rev share percentage, and struggling to even get more models, and tired of being a slave to the models that you sign and feel like the service you're delivering isn't good enough, then the first thing I recommend is speak with my team and see how we can help you start and scale your OnlyFans management agency to 50K a month in 90 days by implementing our proven strategies and resources. These are proven. We have tons of testimonials. And we only have a few people within the consulting program as well. We have less than 30 people inside the consulting program, and we've managed to get insane results for everyone who's joined the program. So book in a call, get started in the program, and implement the top OnlyFans management agency in the UK systems for running an OnlyFans management agency, systems for recruitment, management, promotion. And the second thing is you can use this information here and start implementing it into your agency. So you can try and piece together parts of running a successful OnlyFans management agency by yourself. Of course, I wouldn't recommend this because time is money in the end of the day. And if you can make a 10K a month OnlyFans management agency within 30 days, or you can make it within 120 days, that's a 30K you're missing out on in that period of the time it takes you to sort out these systems yourself. Okay, so you may think you're saving money by not joining a program, but in actual fact, you're not, because you're missing out on the results that you could have had months and months ago. So you can use this information here. This information is enough to get started signing high quality models. Okay, so you have to figure out some of this stuff yourself in terms of the value, the offer, the different optimization steps of the recruitment funnel as well, the exact templates to use for these different various aspects within the funnel. So you can figure out for yourself, get your first model, start making some money, and then when it comes to service delivery again, book in a call, we can help you out. So I hope this video has been of value. If it has, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below if you have any questions or anything that you want to express. And I'll speak to you guys in the next video.